21 Easter eggs that you missed in One Piece. So I've done a video like this in, I want to say, around like 4 or 5 months. And I'm kind of curious because I think this account or channel is like Watch Mojo. And, you know, people, they hit on Watch Mojo. So this isn't Watch Mojo. This is Emoto. Pretty much the same thing. But yeah. Let's see what you missed out, because I don't miss anything. I pay attention to every single thing possible.
From hiding famous celebrities to using a drawing to predict the future, these are the craziest Easter eggs in One Piece.
Right.
And starting off with the craziest, I bet you never realized that One Piece's creator, Oda, snuck himself into the show.
Oda's not in One Piece.
On the bottom of this mirror. And that's not the only time he did.
Okay, that's not even like an Easter egg. Would you guys even consider that Easter egg? I don't think that's an Easter egg.
Because while Nami is looking for a bookshelf in another episode, you can see this book with Oda's full name on it.
Oh. I mean, no, it's spelled wrong. That can't be Easter. See, I know it says that could be Owa, but you could say that could be Doa or Oda. See, that's a stretch. And there's E-I-T-R-O, which is not the same as this. That does not count. That can't be Easter egg.
This Easter egg is nothing compared to Luffy's drawing skills that can predict the future. See, in chapter 69, Luffy tried to draw a mermaid, but instead created this scary monster. And while it looks nothing like a mermaid, a specific scene in the manga blew fans' minds. Because when Luffy visited the home of mermaids, one of them is identical to his crappy drawing. I think Luffy might be smarter than we think, but he definitely still acts like a child.
What in the stretch of death was that? Okay.
And that's why his next Easter egg is just gross. You see, in a random manga panel, Luffy is in the background picking his nose. Then, when you turn a few pages, the booger disappears from his finger and lands on Usopp's arm. Usopp is known for lying, but it turns out his lie.
Okay, so this is why you guys don't like Watch Mojo type videos. How was that an Easter egg? He did this and then flicked this booger. How is that an Easter egg? That's just good detail. That's not an Easter egg.
Eyes have the secret power of predicting the future. Like he once lied about visiting an island of dwarves, only to accidentally discover it years later. Or one time before he became a pirate, he lied and said he had a 30 million berry bounty, and when he actually received a bounty, it was exactly that number. But Usopp's biggest lie of all was that he has an army of 1,000 soldiers. And it took a while, but after 700 episodes and about 15 years later, Usopp fulfilled his foreshadowing and recruited over 10,000 people into his fleet. This man's is a prophet, but even he couldn't predict his next
that's not an Easter egg.
See, when Luffy told
that's not an
where
Easter
he was
egg.
going to sail to next, he pointed up at the sky.
Nobody
realized it. This was a massive Easter egg, referencing Goldie Roger, the Pirate King. Because about 800 episodes later, One Piece showed Roger doing the same thing, pointing up at the sky for his next adventure. Most people never spotted this detail because 20 years went by between the two scenes. That's iconic. And this next Easter egg is more iconic, because One Piece snuck Naruto into their...
I was about to end the video. Oh my god! Wait, hold up. Let's keep watching. Hold up.
See, back in
when
Naruto's last
look at him, man.
Oda decided to pay his respects by sneaking in a huge Easter egg on this manga panel. You can see Luffy eating Naruto's
I guess it's an Easter egg.
The table, Naruto is eating Luffy's meat.
To block off my king by putting Nami's to put Nami here instead is insane, bruh. Like, at least show him off, right? I get that, you know, you see his orange tracksuit right here in his arm and him holding Luffy's meat. I don't know how to work that properly, but like, you know what I mean? Like the meat for One Piece, he's holding that, and like they swap foods essentially. It's crazy. Wait, no, let's just keep it going.
But to keep this Easter egg sneaky, Naruto is hidden behind Nami. Now, when Kishimoto heard about this Easter egg, he had to return the favor.
He did?
In his final chapter, he had Naruto's son vandalize a mountain, and hidden on the forehead, you can see Luffy's straw hat logo.
Okay, that's a good Easter egg. I didn't even know that.
Is so big that it even hides Easter eggs in real life. Like, we all know this is Sanji's favorite lighter, but most people don't know that it was recreated in real life by a luxury brand called DuPont. What's crazier is that the lighter sold out instantly, even though it cost $2,000. Who the heck is buying these things? When it comes to Easter eggs, some of the best are hidden in...
Dude, this video is so... I don't want to hate on people's videos because, you know, they spend time to make it, but that's not an Easter egg. The person made a product based off of Sanji. That's not an Easter egg. I'm losing my mind here.
Video game. Like the video game took one
I'm
of the most
losing my
important
mind.
One Piece books and hit it on the edge of the map, meaning that 99% of players have never found it. But that's not even the coolest Easter egg, since I found this place right here. It looks like a normal scene at first, until you realize that it's a straight copy of a manga cover. The attention to detail is crazy. Did you know
that's not an Easter
Straw Hats have hidden meanings? Take Usopp,
that's
for
not
example.
an Easter
The
egg.
Uso in his name is Japanese for lie, and the second part of his name comes from Aesop, a famous Greek storyteller. Yeah, he has the perfect name. And so does Nami, since her name means wave, which is pretty fitting for a navigator. But out of all the Straw Hats, Zoro's—
No, for a navigator, her name would be like Star, because back in the day, they used stars to navigate, like the Northern Star, the Eastern Star, the Southern Star, and the Western Star. That's how like they use like a compass. Like they just had to look in the sky, like, okay, north's that way, so that means south is this way, and if south's this way, that means to this side, you know, that gotta be east. That's how they did things. So I wouldn't say wave. That'd just be like, I don't know. It makes sense to me.
His name has the coolest meaning. See, his surname Roronoa is the Japanese pronunciation of the real-life French pirate Francois L'Olonnais, making him the only Straw Hat who's named after a real-life pirate. That's epic.
What? Wait, there's Edward Newgate, right? I think that was like actual Blackbeard's name was Edward Newgate. Marshall Teach, I think that's also a pirate as well in the real world. Or something along those lines. I don't know.
You thought that only the Straw Hats had secret meanings? You'd be dead wrong, because the name of two other pirates also have secret meanings. See, Whitebeard's full name is Edward Newgate, while Blackbeard's is Marshall D. Teach. Alone,
that's what I just said.
Names are nothing special. But if you take Whitebeard's first name and Blackbeard's last name, you get Edward Teach, which is the real one.
Yeah, that's okay. That's what I meant. Edward Teach. I was pretty much on the right path. You know, I just didn't know fully. But yeah, this is the actual Blackbeard. I did research on it a few months ago, or like 2 months ago. I was looking up like Edward Teach, like, is the One Piece real? It turns out the One Piece is actually real. Like, there's actual treasures out there that nobody has found, because Edward Teach, he buried his treasure before he died, and nobody's found it yet. And he's estimated to have like so much gold where you can make your generation richer if you find it. Which I kind of want to say, like, I'm gonna make a crew myself and we go out and look for it, and I'll split it 90-10. I get 90%, you get 10%. Because, you know, I'm the captain and you're just a grunt. All right, but for real though, I wouldn't mind like searching for the treasure, but I feel like there's already people doing it, and if you end up like searching for it, because there's a ton of people doing it, you end up searching for it, you might encounter like actual pirates that like try to smoke you with like little pirates, like Somalian pirates. But it's not in Somalia, it's like in like Colombia, like the Colombian Sea or whatever it's called. Oh, Caribbean, the Caribbean Sea. But it's probably, if it's not in the sea, it would probably be like on land somewhere, like buried, like deep. Or if it is in the sea, it's on the bottom of the ocean floor, which you can't really reach unless you use like a huge crane or something to like have it descend deep into the water and then like scoop it up. But even then, it could be eroded. Because gold, it could erode or like dissolve from salt water and like high pressure underwater. But I'm yapping. I'm sorry. Let's continue.
Blackbeard's name. I guess that's why Oda decided to make these guys the strongest characters in One Piece, since
they're not even the strongest. Whoa.
Well,
they're not even the strongest characters in One Piece. I guess you could say they're like top 10, but they're not the strongest. The strongest is clearly Luffy, Shanks, and Mihawk. That's just how it is.
In real life. Now in One Piece, you
and probably like
look at character names, because sometimes the Easter eggs are hidden in character designs. See, every single Marine Admiral's design is based on famous Japanese actors.
Oh yeah,
and
I know
when
about
you put
this.
them side by side, they look pretty identical. If One Piece wasn't such a respected series, they might have a bad lawsuit on their hands. But one of the more hidden Easter eggs is about this villain named Enel. That's right, this weirdo.
Did she just name Enel Anal? Bro, that's not his name. It's Enel, not Anal.
But one of the more hidden Easter eggs is about this villain named Enel. That's right, this weirdo is actually based on a real person, a guy who's one of the most...
Hey, listen, Ikimoto. I want to say Ikimoto. What's your name? Emoto? Yeah, Emoto. Don't you dare diss Enel like that. He's one of the best villains in One Piece. Calm down. Alright? The Enel slander will not happen. First you call him Anal, then you call him a weirdo.
Famous rappers of all time.
I'm gonna get upset.
Eminem. Oda himself admitted that he's a huge Eminem fan, and Enel was introduced in 2002 when Eminem was at his peak popularity. He really went from the rap god to the god of Skypiea. One Piece takes tons of inspiration from the real world, and you can see that in all the amazing islands shown in the series. Take the island Water 7, for example.
Water 7 isn't real?
It's modeled after Venice, Italy, and not just with the design.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Water 7 has this thing called Agua Laguna, where the water levels rise dangerously,
it's just a tide,
covering up the entire island. And this is based on something that actually happens in Venice. Of course, it's exaggerated like crazy, since in real life, it's not as chaotic, and the water only rises slightly.
What makes no sense to me, okay, I'm not stupid, but like the tides itself makes no sense. Right? Because where's the water receding to if the water's already there? That makes, like, think about it. Right? You just say you're the ocean. Okay? How does the water recede back? So it means, like, on one side of the ocean, it recedes, which means it rises the tide for the other side of the ocean. And then it goes back this way. It lowers the tide on this side, and it rises the tide on this side. Because, like, it's like back and forth, right? Because if it doesn't do that, that makes no sense. And I know it has to do with the moon, like, pulling. But even that makes no sense. Like, how does the moon pull something back and forth? It should be like a constant pull, would it not? Life's a lie. Alright, because that doesn't even make sense.
However, Water 7 is just one of many One Piece islands based on real-life locations. Like Dressrosa, a One Piece island, even steals Spain's history. This place is ruled by Don Quixote do Flamingo, who's named after the famous Spanish book,
conquistador?
Don Quixote. But the craziest example of this Easter egg is with the prison Impel Down, which is based on California's famous Alcatraz prison island. Yeah, Oda really loves sneaking real...
No. Alcatraz? You don't get... Okay, no, you don't think of Alcatraz when you think of Impel Down, right? When you think of Alcatraz, when it comes to every single anime, you think of Naruto's Blood Prison. That is like a carbon copy of Alcatraz. Like, I'm not even joking. I mean, I guess to an extent because the water around it, but like, not really, because it all is like underground. And Alcatraz in real life, it's not underground, it's on top. So that's why I say that.
Based on California's famous Alcatraz prison island. Yeah, Oda really loves sneaking real-world Easter eggs into his series, but he also started sneaking in Pokemon too. Like in one episode, a field of animals is shown, and several of them look exactly like a Pokemon called Swinub. So One Piece is referenced
I was thinking
Pokemon
like
and
Wolverines.
Naruto, but did you know that One Piece is always getting referenced in famous media? One time, DC Comics released a comic called Aqualad, and the creators decided that they had to make some Easter eggs that reference One Piece. So they invited most of the Straw Hats to show up in the comics. You can see Usopp, Robin, and Nami. This one is so obvious it's not an Easter egg.
I didn't know One Piece had motion like that. Yo, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, so right here, this is Nami, Robin. This is just a Negro. That ain't Zoro. I don't think Zoro's here. I don't even see Luffy. Yeah, I see Usopp. Yeah, there's no Luffy.
You can see Usopp, Robin, and Nami. This one is so obvious it's not
That's
an
fire,
Easter egg,
though.
it's a cameo. And if we're talking celebrity cameos, we gotta talk about the time Simon and Garfunkel, one of the most famous pop bands, made a cameo in One Piece.
Who's Simon and Garfunkel?
Way back in episode 32, a guy named Guy was introduced. This dude was only in one episode, and everyone forgot about him, except for Oda, because decades later, he introduced Gaiman's friend, Sarfunkel, creating Gaiman and Sarfunkel, the ultimate duo. Oda really created...
See, that's the thing about one... Whoa, Molly, calm down. That's one thing about Oda, right? He doesn't forget about his characters. And which is extremely impressive. Like he draws back. He's like, let's rewind. He goes all the way back, and he thinks like characters, even like the smallest characters, and he incorporates them into the story somehow. And so, even like it's like just filler or whatever, he still does it. And it's just like, dude, how do you still remember that? And like, it's just great attention to detail that Oda has, in which I can't give him that. But yeah, that's crazy.
Entire second character just for the meme. You gotta respect it.
I
Now
do
I
respect
can guarantee you didn't know that Luffy's entire character is an Easter egg. Oda
What?
revealed in an interview that Luffy is actually based on Goku, and Goku is based on the Monkey King, the main character from a very old and very famous Japanese book. And that's why Luffy's last name is Monkey. But these two characters have one more thing in common, because Oda and
Okay. All right.
Akira Toriyama collaborated on a manga where we got to see these two iconic characters hang out with each other. It's called Cross
That's
Epic,
fire.
a special manga chapter featuring the characters of Dragon Ball and One Piece having a party.
No,
This
that's
crossover
fire.
has one super important panel that most people completely ignore. Luffy jumps onto the flying Nimbus, something that only people who are pure of heart can do, meaning that even though Luffy is a pirate, he's still an extremely good person.
Just because you're a pirate doesn't mean you're a bad person. Like she literally just said. I feel like a lot of characters, like a lot of MCs that have a pure heart. For example, you guys are not gonna like this, but Naruto will be able to, Ichigo will be able to, Kirito will be able to, even Natsu, because like there's pure-hearted people. So 1000% be able to.
Now let's talk about the crazy amount of Easter egg characters in One Piece. You heard that right. This series has enough of these background characters to create an entire show around them. First, we have this drunk guy named Sam who only lives to party. In fact, he
Bro's a
literally
crazy
travels
fade.
from island to island partying. Anytime there's a huge crowd, there's a good chance that Sam's there. Then there's the
Dude, that's
photographer,
great
Attached,
detail.
who takes the pictures for wanted posters. This dude started off as a gag, but was officially introduced into the show later on. And you can't forget about Minatomo, the guy who can't walk past a door without fixing it. Later on, we meet his cousin, who's also named Minatomo, and looks exactly the same.
Maybe
the
it is him.
One Piece Easter eggs aren't just in the anime or the manga. Some of the best are hidden in video games. Way back in 1999, Buggy the Clown's 3 claws cut through Luffy's hat. And if you fast forward 24 years in real life, the video game called One Piece Odyssey showed those 3 claw marks very faintly on Luffy's hat. Now that's attention to detail. But I just have to—
But you just said that was an Easter egg. That doesn't even make sense, man.
talk about the One Piece Easter egg. I'm talking about Panda Man.
Oh yeah,
the
Panda
joke
Man,
character
yeah.
who appears literally everywhere. He's seen on almost every island in the entire One Piece world.
Do you guys
he even appeared in Impel Down, the inescapable prison. Later on Amazon Lily.
Do you guys think that Panda Man's like actually plays like a role in the story? What if Panda Man has been watching them just to like guide them in a way? But like it's like some kind of like busted like mythical powers. That would be insane. Because what if Panda Man, he knows where the One Piece is at exactly, and he's helping like guide them through like dabbling with like small things, or maybe he like see the future. Maybe he's like God of the verse. Who knows, man? Panda Man could be that guy.
The island with only women. Fans
that could
thought
be a
they
video for
would be
another day.
safe from Panda Man until Panda Woman showed up in his place. It's
Panda
literally
Woman.
impossible to escape the panda. And there's actually a reason that you see Panda Man everywhere. It turns out he owes a debt to Tomato Gang that he can't afford to pay. So
What?
Tomato Gang hired Unforgivable Mask, Panda Man's lifelong rival, to chase down his target. Because of that, Panda Man is always on the run.
Panda
He's never
Man.
in the same place for too long. And to this day, Panda Man is on the run for his life and his wallet. Yeah, One Piece is full of Easter eggs, but it's also full of sad, sad deaths. So
Right.
click this video to
Why
learn
they
about
show Donut
every
Man like
major
that?
death in
Come on, first Panda Man, now Donut Man. Come on. But anyways, that's 21 Easter eggs you missed One Piece. If you have any Easter eggs that you want to talk about that I didn't mention, or any ones you have a problem with, let me know in the comment section down below. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe as well. And catch you guys next one. See ya.